Alright, I'm here in Santa Barbara, California at the Paragon Academy with Sean Apperson. Sean, thanks for having me.
Definitely.
Why don't we start with you? Talk about your background to martial arts and jiu-jitsu.
Well, I started wrestling growing up. I lived in Clovis, and there's a lot of wrestling there. I started in club wrestling and throughout high school wrestled. And started burning out in wrestling, and then, lucky enough, ended up in Santa Barbara. I was going to City College, and ran into this guy who said that there's these Brazilian wrestlers, and those like Brazilian wrestlers, a bunch of guys who qualify here, so had to check it out. Ended up being jiu-jitsu, and then I related it to Gracie Jiu-Jitsu at the time, so I was really excited to find the place. And at the time there's probably only 5 or 6 really big clubs in California, so lucky enough for me that I ran into Franjinha here. Fell in love with jiu-jitsu. At that point, haven't taken more than 10 days off in 11 years now, so that's how I basically got started. So
nice.
Yeah.
Then we'll talk about the gym here.
Yeah.
Just since the time that I've been here, 2 years, it's grown dramatically.
Yeah.
What do you account that success for?
Well, in 2008 we expanded, so Franjinha had an old school on Milton Street, and it was probably as big as this office. So, I came back into town. I was living in LA for a while, moved back into town, and convinced Franjinha to expand. And we found a location, and it was probably 4 times bigger than what we had before. So it was perfect. It was just hard to find a location that's downtown, that has the type of space you're looking for with parking and everything. So once we found it, we kind of jumped on it and expanded, and then really, I dove in and just started putting in a lot of hours and really trying to make the place great, and just trying to be just basically constant improvement. So just little by little, making the gym better, trying to improve the program, trying to become a better teacher and make it easier for people to learn the sport. It's already kind of hard for people to learn jiu-jitsu, and there's a lot of pitfalls people have. So basically just trying to make the process easier and easier, and then the business better and better, and hopefully those things will come together. And I think it's been great, and we have a lot of future plans to just keep improving and maybe get even a bigger location. I think we're starting to outgrow this place too. So
yeah, and then talking about just making it easier for people to learn, you and Franjinha have started the Jiu-Jitsupedia.
Yeah.
So why don't you talk a little bit about that?
So we started shooting these videos with iPhones, and it just came up where we were doing like a curriculum of the class, and we were doing a lesson of the week. So we're like, why don't we just shoot the lesson of the week and put it up on the website, and people that missed the lesson can see what we're doing, and people can review what we did in class. And one of the things with jiu-jitsu is that there's so much content, and when you're learning and you see a move, and maybe you see it again that week, but you don't really get to see that information for maybe another 6-7 months, because there's just so much to learn. So if you don't have a resource or something that we can go back to and review, it's really hard to get better. You might be missing 3 or 4 steps in that, and that could mean all the difference. So what would happen is people would, on the second time around they learned it, they'd like, oh, now I picked up this and this. But if they could just have a resource and a video that they could watch, they don't need to wait that 8 months of doing it wrong. So that's what we initially got the idea for, and then when we started putting these videos up, people really liked them. So I kind of got the idea, well, why don't we build an entire library, and why don't we put everything we have on there and document everything we have. That way, when we're older, all the stuff that we know is cataloged, and it doesn't just disappear and die. So it's kind of a way of kind of creating a legacy. And now we really want to get anyone who's a good player to put stuff on there. So it could be a jiu-jitsu, judo, collegiate wrestler, anyone that has anything that they want to offer, we can get people to put info. That way it's really a true encyclopedia. It's not based on this guy or this guy's game. It's really just anyone who wants to contribute can. And that's the idea. And then right now we have about 700 videos on there. So everything is sectioned off. It's really user-friendly. So someone that doesn't know anything can go on there, and they can go to a fundamental section and then watch basic techniques, and everything is organized from level 1 through 5. So it makes it pretty easy for people to learn on their own. And right now I'm trying to make it better. I'm trying to add a curriculum, so there's kind of a guidelines. Okay, this is the best way to use the website. If you've never done jiu-jitsu, this is where you should start. These are the videos that you should start with. And also, so people aren't just watching video after video, they have something to do. We can tell them, hey, this is the guideline. You should probably spend this much time drilling and learning these videos and trying to implement your game before you just start watching everything. So one way to learn nothing is to get exposed to everything and just be lost and not know where to go. So there's a lot of challenges now to promote the site and get people excited about it. But it's nice that it's done and it's on there, and we're constantly every month adding videos to it. So it's fun. It's a good time too.
And then one final question. Just jiu-jitsu and martial arts, the interest in it has grown dramatically in the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Where do you see it going next?
Well, my little hometown that I grew up in, there's like 5,000 people, and there's 2 places. One's an MMA school and one's a jiu-jitsu school. So the fact that it's there says everything.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's a remote place in the Gold Country where, there's really not anything. There's like not even a movie theater there in the jiu-jitsu school. So I think globally it's going to just get more and more popular. I think judo is the #2 played sport in the world. So grappling is popular. It's just not really a spectator sport. So if they're able to make it a little bit more spectator friendly, hopefully it'll keep growing. But it's one of those sports that you have to know a little about to, I think, really enjoy it, to watch it on TV. So hopefully mixed martial arts will continue to bring jiu-jitsu up, and more people will get exposed to it. And hopefully more people do it as alternative fitness, not just to do it to work out, not to compete or anything, but just to do it for something to do to keep them in shape that's a little bit better than the monotony of like going to a health club and working out. So hopefully for us and for everyone else, it keeps getting more popular. So.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for coming by.
Of course.